Baddies, babes, and gents. It's your girl, Wisdom's daughter. I am your host of Bad Girls Talk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, hit it like you mean it, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss out when I go live or drop a new video. So we're going to get right into it. The question is, will Sylvia go free exclusive trial coverage? And so I have been covering infamous Sylvia's trial. This is not an open and shut case. This is not a situation where we're just going before the judge and the case is being thrown out. Sylvia really is actually going to trial. And I'm going to get into more details on that later. But first, let me just go ahead and greet the first few people in the room. Jam is always first. She don't be playing. Jamie Jam is in the building. All right. I got Listen to Me 301, a cut above Lady T. Renee E is in the building. Nubian Queen said, I'm waiting in anticipation for the outcome. 313, the best side said, recording someone's conversation without knowledge or consent is a felony in Nevada. I am STFU now. Hey, WD. 313 best side, you know you always on it. That is correct. But no worries, that business will be handled accordingly. Social wife Melissa, hello. I've got Queen Lily up in the building. She said, damn, I go live at 5. Replay team. Oh, that's right, Lily. I'm so sorry. I forgot you go live at 5. You know, I'm not really this early, but I have a couple things that I have to do. I'm trying to catch this store open. And so anyway, but apologies, but yes, you can jump on the replay, Queen. Go ahead and handle your business. And Queen Lily has an amazing YouTube channel. All right. Just type in Queen Lily. You will find her channel. You'll see her beautiful picture up there. She is covering some things, and it is quite good, I must say, if I do say so myself. All right. So go ahead and check out Queen Lily. Bible Lady is in the building. Bible Lady, we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about what Bible Lady had on in the courtroom. We're going to talk about who was there, who did not show up, and basically what's going on. I will take a few minutes to give you all just a little bit of background for those of you who are not familiar. Honey Say That is in the building. Galatians 6:7 said, I've been waiting on this juicy tea. Beautiful Bo-ish is in the building. And I got Jenny WD. All right. Real VB, I see you. I see you, Sammy Cake. Larissa, Passionately Fine, and so many more. I see y'all. Shout out to all of my mods in the building. Nestle, Shackle, Shuffle, Walk of Shame. All right, I see y'all. What's going on? That girl repping BK New York is in the building. She said, hey, kinfolk, what's going on? All right, so let's jump right on into it, okay? So Sylvia's lawyer was late again today. The lawyer was late again today. However, the lawyer did make it. Okay, so lawyer was late, but lawyer did make it. So hold on one second. Let me my camera's off. Didn't realize my camera's off. All right. So lawyer was late, but lawyer did make it. Okay. Right when the trial officially started, or when they were getting the calendar together for the day, Sylvia was called and they asked her if she had spoken to her lawyer. Okay, I didn't hear her response, but they did ask her because, again, the lawyer was late. But the lawyer finally showed up this time. Okay, so he must have gotten a check. I'm kidding. Her lawyer, I believe, is a public defender. Okay, so I know we were having a kiki talking about she probably wasn't paying our lawyer's fees, but I'm almost certain that this is a public defender. And so there is no lawyer fees. He didn't show up last time because he had a conflict. Okay. Her daughter, Dallas, was also present. Okay, Dallas was there, sporting some real beautiful braids. I'm glad that she or somebody helped get Mama in order. All right, because Sylvia done got them edges slicked down. Okay, let me see if I can show y'all a picture. She got them edges slicked down. So the hair was looking right today. We're going to talk about the outfit and what she had on, because she was not dressed up the way she was on Friday. Okay, so she done did something with the edges, and Sylvia got edges, so we ain't gotta come for that. Unlike her sister wife, okay, Sylvia got her edges. All right, and them edges was in the building. Okay. She had on her typical court outfit, the brown blazer with the black dress. Okay, we had, no, not this, that's not what she was wearing. I'll see if I can pull it up for you. We have seen her often in her typical, what I call courtroom gear. It is a light brown blazer and a long black dress. And that is what she had on. She was not dressed up today. I honestly believe that she was dressed up on Friday because she thought she was going to go before the judge and this was going to get um, thrown out. I believe that that was what she was thinking. Okay. Now she had on the brown blazer, the black dress, no suit today. And my question was, did she think she was going to be released on Friday? Is that why she was so dressed up? But she wore a one good suit, and today it was like, okay, whatever. Her court boo was there. Her court boo was in the building today, and he also did not have on his suit, so he also said, "F it." Sir was rocking a hoodie and some shorts and some socks and flops. Okay. Grandpa had on a hoodie, black shorts, and some socks and flops. That is how he came to court. He didn't look bad. I almost didn't recognize him because he was dressed so sharply. So I don't know if he also, because he got a case. Okay, that's how they met. I'll get into it in a second how they met, but he got a case. But yeah, he must have thought that he must have thought that he was going home too, or not going home, but that he was gonna get off on Friday. But nope. So they basically catfished each other. Sheila was looking like $1,000,000 on Friday. He was looking in his Sunday best, and they came today looking straight out the homeless shelter. So it is what it is. I'm trying to find a picture of her typical court wear. But anyway, y'all know, y'all, those of you who've been following, y'all seen it. Okay, I found a picture. It's not the best picture, but bless you. But I'll show it to you anyway. Okay. So Boo Thing was there. Okay. They were not sitting next to each other this time. He was sitting 2 rows back. And I gotta adjust my camera. Y'all hang on one second. He was sitting 2 rows back. All right. Here, you see her on the left? That is her typical courtroom wear. Okay, you see it right there. This is what she wears when she goes to court. It's this light brown blazer and the long dress. Okay, so that's what she had on today. Anyway, they were not sitting next to each other. I found that interesting. They were not sitting next to each other. He was sitting a couple rows back. So I said, "Oh, must be something going wrong in paradise." I guess their little hot tamale one night stand was short lived. So anyway, they weren't speaking initially, and he fell asleep at court. Papa was knocked out in court. Okay, he was knocked out. I mean, like sleep for real. So the plaintiff shows up at 9:10. So I'm gonna stop right here for a second. For those of you who are wondering, what is this case about and what it's not about? So Dana J goes kind of way back with infamous Sylvia. Okay, they were a part of the same social circle online, on her channels, all these things. And then I guess when he started to break away, that's when things got a little, out of order. Now, it started with a car that Sylvia's husband, Ronald, sold to Dana J. The story has been told, and of course, it's all alleged, right? But the story that's being told by the party involved is that they could not afford the car. He could not. I have to stop saying they. It was Ronald's car. Ronald could not afford the payments anymore, and so basically, he approached Dana and said, "Can you take over the payments, and it'll be your car." But the car stayed. They pulled in that stuff. The car stayed in Ronald's name. The registration stayed in Ronald's name. The car note stayed in Ronald's name, and just the insurance was in Dana J's name. So this is when their legal troubles started. There have been accusations that that payments stopped on the car. At some point, the car came back into Sylvia's possession. I've also been told that Ronald actually apologized to Dana and didn't want it to go that far and didn't want it to be all of this. And so that is the story. That's where it began. Now, what Sylvia is on trial for is because when YouTube goes too far, and YouTubers go too far, they do things like put a tracker on somebody else's vehicle. And so apparently he was contacted and said, hey, somebody just told me that they put a tracker on your car. And sure enough, there was a tracker on the car, not the car that was sold, because that's back into her possession, but the new car. And sure enough, there was a tracker there. And that tracker allegedly was traced back to Dallas. Okay. But again, this Sylvia's household. That's Sylvia's daughter. So traced back to Dallas. And that's where, you're like, enough is enough. Okay. Because you're sending people to show up at my job. I go to get food. I'm seeing these same people. I go to work. They outside in the parking lot. Okay. I come home, the same car is driving past my house and things like that. And so, as I've covered before, there are multiple charges of criminal trespass, criminal stalking, harassment by phone, and conspiracy to commit a crime. Because again, allegedly, she was on her backup channel, and there I've heard audio recordings. There's evidence of them conspiring and plotting to do this other content creator harm and to potentially delete him. Okay. And the person that they were going to get to do it has pictures of firearms all over his social media pages. So yeah. So that's the situation that is going on. This is not just about I sold him a car and he didn't pay. This is about what happened well after, because people want to intimidate you. They want to beat on their chest and feel like they're top dog. Well, trying to be top dog comes with a cost. All right. Can't do stuff like that. You are responsible for what it is that you do up here in these YouTube streets. You're responsible for the content you put out. You're responsible for how you put out that content, and you're responsible for what happens as a result of the content that you put out. And the judge don't care that you didn't know. Okay. Judge don't care about that. And we are technically, content creators are considered journalists. Right? In the court of law, we are considered journalists, even if you don't feel that way. We are considered journalists, and we are subject to the same laws, principles, and guidelines. Galatians says send her to jail. I'm going to get back to that, because from what I'm hearing, well, we're going to get into it. All right. So what happened next? Okay. So Dana J was dressed in a suit. Okay. He's the only one that came in a suit, nice coral colored suit, and he was ready. All right. Finally, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, the public defender showed up, and he goes over to Sylvia and has a few words, and then they go out of the courtroom to talk, because I don't believe that she had talked to him prior to today. Okay. So they had to go out and have a conversation about what's going on. All right. Now, we talk often about we talk about Sonia a lot, but we talk about Sylvia's sister wife, Sonia, and what kind of shoes she had on and how she be dressing for court because she act like she doesn't know any better. Well, I'm trying to figure out what was going on with these black slingbacks, because your girl over here was in court with some black slingbacks that look too big for her feet, and she's not using butters and black soaps. Okay. She's not using anything. She's not using Jergens. She's not using baby oil. I'm not trying to be mean, but them feet was looking crusty. That's all I'm gonna say. And anyway, so 926, we've got one of the family come up in the building. Another YouTuber came in the building and hung out with us. And my question was, we were all having a discussion about if she got time, what kind of time would she possibly be looking at? And she could potentially be looking at 3 to 5 years. Okay. She could potentially be looking at 3 to 5 years. There was someone else in the courtroom who was going before the judge for 2 of her 7 charges. And so I'll talk about what kind of time he got. The Goon Squad did not show up. Okay. Panda Bear wasn't there, so much for friendship. At the end of the day, it's all about you showing up for me when I need you. And shout out to Dallas, because Dallas showed up for her mama. Okay, Dallas loves her mama. Y'all saw how she went nuts when they thought that their house had been swatted, and they were name dropping, and it's this person's fault and that person's fault. When in fact, she really did have a active warrant, and that's why the sheriffs had come banging on her door looking for her to serve this warrant. Which, as you know, she ultimately got served at Fulton County Court while she was covering the YSL trial. Because that's what we do when we have active warrants. Okay, we just drive around in a white truck with all the evidence in our car, like we don't know that we did something wrong, and apparently we just go to court business as usual, like we don't have active warrants. Now, Kayla Bumpus is not her lawyer. Not her lawyer. Her lawyer's name is, let me see. Last name is Lewis. I'll get to it in a second because I wrote it down. Brandon, Lewis Brandon. Okay. Or maybe it's Brandon Lewis. Brandon Lewis is her lawyer. So Kayla Bumpus was representing her at the for the court case in Fulton County, where she brought charges up regarding the vehicle that her husband or ex-husband or estranged husband, Ronald, the car that he sold Dana J. Now, she has nothing to do with the car. She was not the owner. Think about it like this. Remember when Nesto, Ernest Williams, all right, Shirley Strawberry's ex-husband from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Remember when he showed up in court for an eviction hearing about the property that they were living at 2155 Bent Creek Manor? Only Shirley's name was on that lease. And so a lawyer could show up on her behalf. She doesn't have to show up, but Nesto was there. And that was the whole debacle where his friend, AKA fake lawyer Erica King, pretending to be April Holloway, got caught pretending to be another lawyer, but he should not even have been there. But imagine he's trying to pursue, which he did, somebody else over something that has to do with his wife, and it's not about his possession. So this is what's happening here. Sylvia has been trying to pursue cases about this car, but it belonged to her husband. And the question remains, it was your husband's car, not yours. What does it have to do with you? What you think you're doing? What are you doing? Anyway, so the only person that really showed up for her was her daughter. That's who showed up for her. So thank God for her daughter, because if not, she primarily would have been sitting alone, because it looked like there's trouble in paradise for her trouble. So after about 30 minutes, she goes out into the hallway to talk to her lawyer once again. She walks back in. She's kind of smiling, but it's kind of like that I'm smiling, but I'm not happy smile, like this. And then she goes back out and comes back in, and now she looks worried. Okay. There's a lot of going in and out of the courtroom today. So she's outside, she's on the phone, she called someone. What was also happening allegedly is that her BFF Panda was sending her receipts or evidence to her phone, and while court was in session, so she kept running out to take a look at that. I don't know what kind of evidence they're trying to manufacture, because they run their mouth so much on their social media and on their YouTube channels, and allegedly their channels have been subpoenaed, right? So Sylvia's main and backup channel and Panda's channel has been subpoenaed, which means Google has given the lawyers, the state, access to everything, every video you deleted, every video that you edited, okay, video that you got behind your paywall. All right, I don't think Panda has a membership, but if she does, okay, all that, they're going to see all that, and there are more subpoenas coming. They are seeking to subpoena more YouTube channels, so from people that were apparently indirectly connected to the case by way of her goon squad. Okay, so there's someone else in her goon squad that they're looking to potentially go after. All right, let's see what else. So finally, 45 minutes in, Dana J gets to talk to the lawyer for the state. Okay, and I wrote that jail boo or court boo needs some lotion. Okay, that them legs was just as ashy. Okay. Um, he didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm not sure if he was up late and he was tired, but yeah, he was out because we were in the courtroom for a really long time. There was a long period where nothing was absolutely happening. Okay, so I took some notes. Sylvia was allegedly sent some evidence. And basically, here's the defense. Okay, the defense is just as weak as Nesto's defense. Okay, it wasn't me. No, I'm kidding. No, the defense is that well, there were things happening on both sides. There were things happening on both sides, right? The argument is, what's going on, Greg? Was the fake paparazzi following the liar? No, I was sitting in my seat taking notes. And after court, she hightailed it out of there. Okay, I don't jump up and break my neck trying to leave the courtroom. You know, I get up and I gather my things, make sure I don't leave anything, and then I walk out. She rushed up out of there. By the time I got out the door, she was more than halfway across this huge parking lot. I mean, I could see her like looking this small, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay." So no, she didn't have her camera crew posted up outside. She wasn't posing today. She was, because I don't think she liked the news that she heard today, and we're gonna get into that in a minute. But yeah, so she hightailed it up out of the courtroom once everything is over. But let me tell you about what happened before it was over. Um, Things definitely went too far. So her argument is that it was about the car. He was trying not to pay me for my car. So your argument is that I harassed him over a car payment? Is that what your argument is? I harassed him over a car payment? I stalked him into submission, right? I'm trying to intimidate him by calling him on the phone and trespassing and all that. Like what's going on? So, oh, interesting thing happened. So nothing's happening right now. We're waiting for the judge, because the judge comes into the court, goes into his chambers, and that happens a few times. Then all of a sudden, the state has his laptop up, and all of the lawyers in the courtroom are looking at Sylvia's social media page. I could not tell what platform they were looking at. It looked like Facebook, maybe. It looked like Facebook. I had to resist the urge to like run up there and do one of these. Like, what's going on? All right. But yeah, so they were looking at her social media page, and they literally were passing the laptop from person to person to person. I was like, oh, what's that about? I was like, something is definitely going on. So they're looking at her social media pages. Okay, I already told you that they are starting to subpoena YouTube, her YouTube page and her buddies' YouTube pages, because they are trying to claim that Danny J did the same thing, that he was also, harassing and saying things and this, that, and the third. Well, they're going to find out exactly what was and what was not going on. What's up, Key? I see you, Queen. My condolences, Queen. Kia lost her grandmother. I'm so sorry. So they're trying to point the finger and justify what they did. I mean, unless someone came on your property with a firearm and then you fire back in self-defense, how are you going to go before the court and this is your argument? But he was doing it too. He did it too. That's the argument. Okay. Yeah, shorts in court. Casino lady, shorts in court. Yep. Shorts in court. Okay. Shout out to all of my members. The family is growing. Jenny said, wow, do you have access to the phone recordings so we can hear them? I don't have access to the phone recordings. I did hear some recordings for myself, but when this all the evidence is being provided to the state, so as the trial progresses, I'm pretty sure we're going to hear some of it, and we'll be able to get a transcript of everything. Okay. Southside Chi-Town 73 said, hey, friend. So that was that. The judge finally comes back in, and like I said, Sylvia's in and out of the courtroom. I don't know who she was on the phone with. I guess she kept getting text messages. Okay. But I don't think their defense is going to work. I really don't. And so now the judge starts calling cases. So the first defendant is called for a battery and aggravated battery charge. And every person that's called, they're asked three things. All right. They are asked their age, their education status, their citizenship status, and what is their plea. Okay. So the first defendant, he's in the orange jumpsuit from Clayton County Detention Center, and he's asked if he's a citizen. He says no. He's asked about his education. He's no. And the judge was asking him the other questions about how does he plea, and I guess he didn't. This judge is mean. Okay, I guess he didn't answer. I guess he didn't answer fast enough. Okay, and he said, you know what? Y'all can take him out, and we'll come back to him later when he can figure out, how he wants to plead. And there was an interpreter there, and and someone finally told the judge, well, he's trying to tell you that he is guilty, but he did it out of self-defense. And so they usher him out of the court, and that was that. I kind of felt a little bad. WD, can you please find out how Dre feels about infamous sister wife now? Hello, I'll try. I'll try. I don't know if he's gonna talk to me, but I'll reach out. I've reached out to him via text. So anyway, yeah, and I know that there are people that think this is BS, but I was in the courtroom. I'm running down to you all the notes that I took, okay? Because they're not allowing cameras in the courtroom. However, there is a transcript. Okay, I can get the transcript, and if you want to become a member for $4.95, you can get access to the transcript, and then call me out on BS. Okay, I don't be up here with the BS. Y'all know me better than that. Well, maybe this person don't know. Okay, so case number 2 was a simple battery, and I noticed that everyone's education was high school or less, which I thought was interesting. He got 12 months, 150 days time served, and a suspended sentence. Okay. Next person, young man. I feel so bad for this young man, but I think he got off easy. Failure to yield and child restraint violation. Okay, high school education, citizen, 90 days suspended sentence. Okay, then we come to this weirdo. So earlier, this guy comes in. This is one of the people that Infamous was talking about. That they're interested in her milkshake. Okay, they're coming for her milkshake. Okay, they are coming for her milkshake. Okay, this guy comes into the courtroom. He is cheesing like I don't know what, but he's looking in the direction that I'm sitting because the majority of the women in the courtroom were all sitting in the same area. I don't know specifically who he was looking at, if anybody, but he was smiling a creepy smile like, this is how he's smiling. And he's shackled, okay? He's shackled, just like Nesto shuffle, walk of shame. He's shackled, just like this. And he's smiling like that. I said, oh boy, I said, we got a nutso in the courtroom. I knew he was crazy. So his charge was criminal harassment, criminal harassing by phone, and criminal stalking. Similar charges as your girl, okay? He pleads and he gets time served, suspended sentence, 60 days. And the judge tells him, you are to have zero contact with the plaintiff. Don't text her. Don't call her. Don't send her an email. Don't be up in her DMs. Don't go by her house. Don't have anybody else text her or contact her or visit her on your behalf, or you're going to do 10 years. He said, you're going to be back in my courtroom. It's going to be 10 years. The dude was like, oh. He said, if you go to Walmart and she up in Walmart, you better about face, stage left, and go somewhere else to shop. I said, I can't. I said, I can't. That was really interesting. So then finally, they call Sylvia up, and her lawyer is basically like, listen, judge, I'm not ready. I need some more time to go over evidence. And he requests a continuance. The state does not object. Okay. Now, that's how the story ended today. And as soon as that happened, Sylvia jumped up so fast. You know how you jump up and you scoot the chair back? All right. Well, the chairs are tacked down, but if they weren't, yeah, the whole row behind her would have been sent. But she jumps up and she's like, okay, double dutch. Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? And she, from what I'm being told, had a choice between a judge trial where the judge presides over the trial or a jury trial. And allegedly, she chose a jury trial. What? Hey, little lady QT. Sonia Sylvia in the bushes. Look, Sonia dealing with her lawsuit. Okay, she got sued by an old lady, and I have maybe a little bit more information because y'all know I did. We talked about this the other night, so I'll be able to clarify because I'm trying to figure out why this old lady was suing. So I'll tell you guys about that. If you those of you who are members, I've been dropping stuff in membership, so make sure you check membership. Okay. Um, so she has chosen to go before a jury. So this is going to be a real trial for real. Okay. I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that was, but I don't think this is going to end well. And I don't, anything can change, but I'm feeling like she's facing jail time. Based upon what I saw today, she's facing jail time. People were getting time served. She was in jail a couple weeks. So Duncan Dumbass wants attention with all the caps when they should be fetching the infamous mop head some heel relief cream. Oh my God. Nolan's lady. Y'all are hilarious. She essentially admitted to stalking this person. Basically, she's just trying to say now that look, he's on his social media, and she's trying to say that this is not a real case. This is social media beef. But again, there's a lot of evidence stacked up against her. Okay. You know how Nesto be saying he's not guilty. He didn't do nothing, but we saw the evidence stacked up against him. Yeah. So it's been a long time coming. She was laughing, but doing, she was dang show crying, gonna cry later. Yeah. I don't know why she would choose a trial jury unless it's because this judge really is no joke. Okay, this judge is mean. Okay, he's mean. You got what is clearly an illegal immigrant who has limited English proficiency. That's what we call LEP. Okay, LEP. And because he wasn't talking fast enough, the judge was like, "You can take him out next." I don't mean to laugh, but I'm like, doggone it. Wow. Wowzers. So Passionately Fine says she won't be seen as a victim since she has a history of being in lawsuits. Well, she has a history of crime. She has a criminal history. Now, one of her cases is ultimately sealed, and I've talked about this before. But Sylvia has two daughters. She has two daughters. It's not just Dallas. She has another daughter who is currently locked up. She's locked up on a $15,000 bond. Don't hold me to the dollar amount, but it's something to that effect. And because she could not post bond, she's been sitting in jail for how long? So think about it. Infamous Sylvia also got arrested. She got arrested in Fulton County. They eventually transferred her to Clayton County. If she could not have afforded her bond, she would be in jail all this time. Well, that's what's going on with her daughter. She has another daughter that has mental development issues. Okay, she's severely mentally delayed, and something involving an occurrence with her child. The child got taken away. She was arrested, and because of Sylvia's history, okay, because allegedly this young lady accused Sylvia of inappropriate behavior. I can't say what it was, so I have to choose my words carefully. But inappropriate behavior. You know, how you tell a kindergartner, you let them know this is your private garden, and you don't let anybody touch on your garden. Okay. So she was accused of doing some things, and then allegedly points the finger at her at Ronald, her husband at the time, and he gets cleared, but she doesn't, and the records are sealed. So. Um, but anyway, and this is all alleged. She's talked about this daughter, she's talked about the daughter, but this young lady is still in jail. So that's one. Then she was accused of slapping another content creator. They got into it, and the lady said she slapped her. Sylvia has vehemently denied it, and then the case ultimately ends up getting thrown out, but not before Sylvia ends up behind bars in Chicago. So there's a history there. Then there's this situation. So, most content creators don't have criminal issues like this. And when they do, something is wrong. Okay. Eve B says she should have pursued legal avenues regarding the car, but instead she chose to break the law by stalking and intimidating this person. Exactly. Hey, my black is beautiful. I see you, Queen. Exactly. That's literally exactly what I said. If somebody is not making, if you have an arrangement, first of all, if you have a car, if you have a loan out on a car and you give it to somebody to make payments, that's not a smart thing to do, because that person could disappear and there goes your car, and now you are still liable to pay. You're still responsible for that loan because it's still in your name. Not a smart thing to do. And just like if you're making payments on a vehicle, what's stopping the original owner from just picking up the car? Right. And I believe that some of that kind of went down. So this wasn't a good business arrangement. But if they're not paying on the car, you don't start stalking them and harassing them, intimidating them. Right. It's civil. You take them to court. Right. But she likes to brag that she can get information on people, and she thinks she's big and bad, and she has been known to cry victim and being ganged up on. But that's exactly allegedly what they did to this other person. So at the end of the day, you reap what you sow. People do things in the moment and make short-term poor decisions, or I should say people make poor decisions in the short term, right? I wasn't thinking, I just did it. But you're still responsible for what you did, right? You're still responsible for what you did. That's Gigi. That's Gigi. So I'm almost done, mama. Passionately Fine said, will Dennis testify as a witness? He I guess he was the one who told Dana about the, I don't know. He wasn't in court today, so I don't know. But I'm being told that there is like a report, or there's some receipts or something. So I don't know. But he has not been there. They've never called for his name. And this is only my second day, so I don't know. I've never heard anyone ask his name or question if he was here or none of that. So I'm pretty sure that if he was supposed to be in court or supposed to, testify or anything like that, they would have been called to him, because the woman who was behind me, that was a similar situation. They told her that she had to be there today. So that she can either testify, or the judge wanted to talk to her or something like that. And they subpoenaed her to be there. So I guess that's how it works. Man, I don't know. Man, I don't know. Yes, wow. Yeah, and that was a big mistake. I am Mrs. BB is in the building. Senso said it's civil. Yeah. Do they know she's on probation? I don't know. She should be going to jail for a violation of probation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know that she's out on bond. I know that. And I know that if she didn't get help paying that bond from friends and some of her mods, that she would still be behind bars where allegedly her daughter is right now. So over there in Newton County. Okay. Which is the county that she was living in. She didn't get her crew to raise the money. Listen, that when you scamming your mods, when you let me say this, when you get caught scamming your mods, and again, I'm saying that, and notice I didn't say allegedly because I saw the live. Okay, some of her mods have been over here. They told their story. I saw the live where they were asking where the money at. Okay, um, so yeah, that whole Cash App scam where we're gonna raise money for Sylvia and somebody's gonna match it. So get it up as high as you can so we can match and yada yada yada. That's a Cash App scam, and they called her out on it. Okay, they called her out, and I actually heard the mind say, "I don't want to rent. You can take this back." Whew, yeah. So I guess because there's a history there and it's very sensitive, and there are some who said, in spite of what she did, they're still gonna support, but they're gonna fall back. So I don't think they're raising any money. And the truth of the matter is, she has a public defender. So what do they need to raise money for? I don't know what they need to raise money for. So yep. Jamie Jam, it's okay. You can go back. We this is not going to be long because there wasn't a whole lot to report as far as how far we got. There were just some things that were interesting that I saw that occurred, and like I said, I was really shocked. Oh, I was going to tell you about her boo. So he was sitting behind her. She was sitting 2 rows ahead, and she had to have seen him now at some point. But one of the times when she was leaving the court or coming back in. I don't know. I think it's when one of the times she came back in. She kind of shook his hand cordial. You know how you give somebody a pound, and that was it. And then she turned around to because later on in the day, he got up from the bench that he was sitting on 2 rows behind them, and as more people came in, somebody took his seat. So he ended up sitting directly behind her, and they talked for a hot second, but it wasn't lovey dovey. There was no sparks. Okay. So I don't know if he got a taste of the milkshake and was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe nothing happened. Okay. I don't know what this lady does in her free time, but what I can tell you is that the energy was different. It was really, really different because they act like they ain't never met each other before. So, Pramana woman says the way she was begging looked like she would be trying to get the fundraiser or fish fry organized for her light bill, gas, a phone, and gas for her car. Yeah, yeah, she's not shy about it. Typically, she will let you know, I need gas money. I need money for the light bill. In this case, she was dishonest with her mods about what the money was for. And that's a problem. Okay, that's a misrepresentation, and technically that's a crime. You can't do that. Yeah, Jenny, she has a lot of mods. That's strategic. That's strategic because you give all those people a rent. Notice when you go, if you've gone to her lives, like 80% of the people, and I'm just these numbers are just an estimate. 80% of the people, it looks like visually, are mods. The entire chat is blue. And so if she didn't have those mods there, nobody would be watching. She gives people a wrench. They feel, either obligated or they feel appreciative, or it's like, oh wow, this is cool. I got a wrench. I can do some stuff. And you can do some stuff as a mod. And so they'll show up, you know. It's kind of a big deal. It does feel good when you get that wrench and so forth. And so, it may not seem like it's just a blue wrench, but it's what it allows you to do as a moderator. So they show up. Okay. So they show up. Pertinent says she don't even dry bag. She just be coming out with it. Yeah. I think she used to dry bag. Now she just like, look here. I'm staying in this hotel. How much you got? How much you got? How much you got? Okay. And what's funny is that YouTube now allows you to set a goal for your live. Like you can set a goal. Let's say, I want to try to do a goal for $50 in super stickers or super chats, right? And I can actually put what the goal is for. So for example, I can put $50 and here's what I'm going to do to celebrate I'm going to use this money to buy, put towards a new camera. I'm going to use this money to get a green screen. I'm going to use this money to stay in the hotel for a case that I drove many miles for and I need some place to stay. So I say that to say I just find it interesting because maybe after her drive back and they said, you know what, this is a good idea. We should let people set goals. Bible Lady too said her entire chat is mods. Yeah, yeah. Sylvia driving an hour each way to go pray with Nesto, but she lets her daughter sit in jail. That part. That part. You've never heard her trying to raise money to get her daughter out of jail. Okay. I don't know if she feels some type of way because this daughter accused her. Um, and from what I was told, the charge was changed to something a little bit less. And so she was allowed to have foster kids once again, even after the situation. But apparently, they were looking into her background and said, no, this is a problem. She can't have foster kids because that was what she was doing for a time. She was fostering special needs kids, and the state pays you a pretty penny per child. Okay. Probably more than what some of you pay for your mortgages and your rent per child. So, yeah, that's what she was doing. Ramona said, everybody got a ranch over here. Everybody got a ranch. She and her HR chat were looking up hotel prices on her live. They found a $69 Roach motel. Okay. I mean, she got, you beggars can't be choosers. You gotta get whatever they can afford when you begging people for money. I'm not familiar with this. I'm not, I don't, I can't think of any other content creator that does that. Okay. I'm thinking about some of the larger platforms. They would never do that. Okay. The platforms that have grown, expeditiously over time. Mm-mm. We never do something like that. So Ducky Dexter is waving, say hi. Hey, Ducky. What's going on, Queen? So there you have it. Last question. How can anyone support after hearing about that Ponzi scheme? Fake matching cash apps, ludicrous to me, the ultimate deceitful tactic. Kia, some people just like to be lied to, mama. Some people just like to be lied to. Okay. They can't handle the truth. Lies are easier to swallow. Okay. So, I be exposing and telling the truth. And that's why people don't like me. They want me to sit down somewhere, but this is what I do. So someone somewhere played a jail call between her and her locked up daughter. It was very interesting. Wow. Okay. So if that's the case, then I can probably, yeah, okay. Thank you for that bit of information, Bible Lady too. I appreciate it. I'm going to look into that. I'm definitely going to look into that. Ebony Woods, I see you. She said, I'm late, but here. No, you're fine. We're fine. You can jump on the replay. I just kind of did a recap of what transpired today. So as I said, the case has been continued. So what that means is that the judge is going to put another date on the docket. They will speak to the lawyer and find out how much time the lawyer needs to get ready. And it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Oh, Southside Chi-Town said that call is on Dana J. Okay. I will look for it. I will definitely look for that. So there you have it. Again, I'm just reporting the facts of what I observed in the court, what I heard in the court today. Okay, everything I saw while I was in court today, and I didn't add anything or take anything away. Okay, you see, I got my little notebook. Okay, I'm taking notes in real time. I even have timestamps of what happened and when. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the timestamps, but yeah. So I'm because we can't have cameras in there. I wish. I wish we could have cameras in there. So the best thing I can do is just jot down notes. Okay. I was thinking that maybe I would bring my laptop and open up the live where at least I could hear, or even if you can't hear, I could type in real time what's going on. But I think even that would be a problem. And I'm not trying to push the limits of what the court says is and is not allowed. So she was pushing her daughter hard on Woody. I saw on live. From R. Kelly to Woody. Okay, well, I guess Woody is a better choice. I guess I don't know, but you know, some people pimp out their daughters. I mean, it happens. I'm not saying that that's what she's doing, but you know, perception is everything, right? Thank you, Kia, so much. All right, everyone, that's really all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening in. Little Lady QT, thank you so much, Queen, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. I really, really do. And may your gift return back to you tenfold. Thank you so very much for being on. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. All right. I am Wisdom's daughter for Bad Girls Talk, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, y'all.
Just can't get enough of how I make you feel. Oh,